Hello, welcome back to MFWoodShop. This week I'm going to replicate my mother's crucifix, and this one has special features inside. Stay tuned, see how we do it.
Start by ripping my stock down to width, about 1 3/4 inch on the big cross and 1 5/8 inch on the smaller cross. This is the smaller cross here that you see. I cross-cut the pieces to rough length. The larger piece on the larger cross is 12 3/4 inches, and the length on the larger cross for the small piece is 7 3/4 inches. The smaller cross is thinner. It's about a 1/2 inch, so I milled these down to 1/2 inch, and these are just extra pieces just in case I mess up. The bigger cross thickness is about 1 inch. Here I'm got a couple test pieces doing test fit for the half flap. And both crosses get this exact same half flap. Of course you have to adjust the depth on the smaller cross because it's only a 1/2 inch thick. I really wanted a tight, snug fit here, so I creeped up on this and made sure it fit just perfect. And both crosses was very tight. I did this same process on the smaller cross, where I placed the smaller piece of the cross down and marked it with the marking gauge. I did take the time to set up stop blocks for this stopped groove that I had to make in the bigger cross. And in this groove fits the candles and the holy water. Took about 3 passes per depth to hog out the material that needed to fit the candle and the holy water. Using a chisel and my new mallet to clean up the roundness left from the router bit. And I did that on both sides. Until I need a sharper chisel. So this is just glue holding this in, and with the snug fit I really didn't have to clamp it. I just gave a few taps with the mallet and it went in place, and they fit pretty well. And here's the smaller cross. Just a few more taps with the mallet and it snaps right in. Now here I'm drilling out a hole to fit a hollowed brass tube, and you'll see why this is important later. And here's the brass pin that accepts into that brass tube. This is simply just a screw that slides into a slot that you'll see in a minute. So I got the brass pin, a screw, another brass pin. For the brass tube, another brass tube, and also a key slot that screw slides into. And with those three pieces, it stays together pretty well. Three small nails holds the Jesus emblem on, and one nail holds the emblem.
Okay, I got my version of the crucifix done. The reason I built this is, if you followed me on Facebook, my aunt passed away a few weeks ago, and she would definitely be missed. But she spent her whole life as a sister of Holy Cross. And when we went up to the church that she spent most of her life at, it was a real old church and had a lot of history, and it really inspired me to come back home and duplicate my grandmother's, which was her mother's, crucifix. But let me take you a look on the inside of this crucifix and show you why I think it's a pretty special crucifix. So take a look. So even though there's slight differences between my grandmother's and mine, I kind of like this design a little bit better because it has hand sanded edges and it looks more handmade versus a machine made like I'm sure this one was. But let me show you why I like this particular crucifix. Is if I lift up on the bottom here and slide it up,
I can set it up like this. Is I got an anointing oil or holy water. This is anointing oil, but you could easily put holy water here as well. And then you could also put candles right here. And then if whoever wants to come over to the bedside or the house or whatever, they have a place of sanctuary where they can sit and pray with the family member in need. So that's one reason I think this is a very special project, and I'm not quite finished with this project. Only thing I got left to do is kind of disassemble it just a little bit, take the Jesus off and the little emblem up here off, so I can put another couple coats of polyurethane on it. This one I will allow to go from family member to family member over the years, and put this by their bedside at their time of need and our family's time of need. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.